right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 2026 MLK Classic taking place right here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center in Newport News, Virginia, on the campus of Newport News Shipbuilding. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just joining us, I am Howard McCain. I will be bringing you tonight's matchup. As it happens, Dave Davenport will be with us as our engineer producer, and Mike Davenport will be our camera operator as the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian will be taking on your Apprentice School Builders. Again, good evening, everyone. Coach Michael Gainey brings in his squad off of a 10-5 start to his second season at the helm as the defending small college champions of back-to-back years now, as a matter of fact. They come into tonight's contest with a 10-5 mark, 2-0 in New South Athletic Conference play. Builders are 5-1 at home, looking to build on that. Across the way, they'll be taking on Coach Neil Gadsden and his Gladiators from Casey, South Carolina. They come into tonight's contest with a 1-11 record. They are currently winless in conference play. Now, this is the MLK Classic, but this will count as a conference contest. So, again, Builders looking to build on their perfect resume in the NSAC, while the Gladiators are trying to get their first win in conference play tonight. Now, these teams have met before. That was back in December of last year. Builders got out of there with a 61-59 victory, so they'll see if they can continue to do that. One huge note for the Builders, they get back one of their main starters, Donovan Means. The 6'3" junior out of Chesterfield, Virginia, is back on the team after coming off of a foot injury. We'll see how that impacts the Builders on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball as well. Both teams have been introduced. They're now at the center court logo, not center field. This is not basketball. They're at the center court logo, ready to tip off tonight's contest. Now, these teams were slated to play earlier, but again, due to some difficulties that the Gladiators experienced with their travel itinerary, well, not travel itinerary, with their travel, basically with their bus. Their bus blew a tire, broke an axle, and the game had to be pushed back. So we're set here as the officials are ready to tip things off. We are underway. Gladiators with the first possession. Your officials for this night's contest are Antoine Jarrett, Reginald Kane, and Christian Revolta. Tyreek Dawson with the basketball as the Gladiators working around the perimeter. Tyreek Dawson is going to be joined on the floor by Nasir Sample as the Gladiators go inside. Shot is blocked. Builders with an opportunity to run early. That shot is going to be knocked out of bounds, but not before it touches Shimon Rosser. Nope, they say that it went off of a Gladiator, so the basketball will stay on this end as Shimon Rosser and the Builders working around the perimeter. That shot off the mark. So again, for your visiting Gladiators, it's Tyreek Dawson. Nasir Sample is at corner three, off the mark. Donovan Means with the rebound. Here's Hope, Jaleel Hope. As you can see, the torrid pace is just not giving me an opportunity to let you know who's on the court as the Builders bank one off the basket and good for Wayne Hedgepeth. So let's stay with the Builders. Wayne Hedgepeth is your starter along with Donovan Means. Jabari Brackett will join them on the floor along with Shimon Rosser and Jaleel Hope make up your starting five for the Builders. Gladiators, three-point shot off the mark. Rebound fought for and controlled by the Gladiators as their second three-point shot attempt of the possession goes off. So again, for the Gladiators, Tyreek Dawson, Nasir Sample, Kevin Butler, as that three from Donovan Means off the mark. Devarius Johnson and Thomas Miles are your starters for the Gladiators. Gladiators, obviously, as you can see, want to get up and down. Builders not afraid to do the same. Here's Means. That errant pass gets away from Jabari Brackett, so that will be a turnover. We're going to get a timeout, early timeout. 30-second timeout taken by the Gladiators, 18:07 remaining in the first half. Builders with a 2-0 score. Not really sure what it was that Coach Gadsden wanted to get his team over to talk about, but they're going to take an early timeout, and we're barely even 2 minutes into the basketball game. So that leaves them now with 3 timeouts. Builders still have their full complement of timeouts at 4. Again, this is a South Carolina Central Christian basketball team that comes in not having the most successful season so far in year 1 of Neil Gadsden's being at the helm as their coach. 1-11 to start the season. On the other side, Coach Michael Gainey has seen nothing but success since he's been named head coach 2 seasons ago, having taken the Builders to a national championship in his first year as their head coach, after Coach Evan Key took the Builders to a championship the year prior. So Builders defending their title, back-to-back titles, as that shot is off the glass, no good, but there's a foul. Jabari Brackett is going to pick up his first personal foul. That'll be the team's first. So that will put Jaden Smith at the line to shoot 2. The sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia, is new onto the floor after that timeout. And the second goes down. So we're now tied. 2-2 early in the first half as the Builders push it. Jaleel Hope gets to the rack, but he is fouled. Kevin Butler will be credited with his first personal foul. That'll be the team's first. So that'll put Jaleel Hope at the line, the 6'3" sophomore out of South Carolina. Dorchester County, South Carolina to be exact. Builders shooting as a team from the free throw line, only shooting about 64% as Hope misses the first. Hope makes the second. That gives the Builders a 1-point lead. Builders shows a light full court press that is easily broken by the Gladiators. Beautiful feed inside on the cutter to get to the basket for an easy 2. Thomas Miles off of an assist from Devarius Johnson. Gladiators with a 4-3 lead. Builders turn the basketball over. Here's Dawson being guarded by Brackett. Dawson, man, he gets up high on a jump shot. Wow. I am curious to know what his vertical is. Goodness gracious. Builders back on the attack with Hope. Reverse layup off the glass is good. I think we're starting to get a taste so far of what this game is going to be. Now, the Builders, again, they played these Gladiators before and won by a single bucket, 61-59. So the Gladiators aren't a pushover as that shot is up and off the glass, no good. Jaleel Hope is going to pick up his first personal foul. That'll be the team's second. So that will send Jaden Smith to the line. Try to see if they can add to this lead for the Gladiators, who are already up by 1, make it 2. Both teams pretty similar in their style of attacking the basket. That's going to give Jaden Smith another opportunity at the missed free throw as Builders got into the lane a little early. Lane violation on Shamon Rosser. And that gives Jaden Smith an opportunity to make his second of two. Gladiators now with an 8-5 lead. Builders having a little bit of trouble with the press from the Gladiators. Get all the way to the rack, but unable to finish. Right there at the rim was Rosser. Builders force a turnover in the backcourt. Here's Means. Means tied up. That should be a personal, actually. Not a tie-up, and it is. They're going to give that foul to Kevin Butler. That'll be his second personal foul and the team's second, so I'm pretty sure we'll see him go to the bench for a while. As David Lias makes his way into the ball game. For the Gladiators, 16-16. Left in the first half. Here's Brackett to Means. Means rises up and hits. Means good from 4 feet. And Means gets a steal in the backcourt off of Jaden Smith, lays it up for his third point of the night. And the Builders now have the lead as, again, hard time handling the basketball against Donovan Means. Means forces another turnover, consecutive turnovers forced in the backcourt, and we're going to get a timeout. Now, was that a media timeout or was that a call timeout? So that's a media timeout. We'll take it with them. 15:57 left in the first half. Builders lead by 1. Donovan Means turning up the defensive pressure in the backcourt. Forced one turnover where he was able to get a steal and convert it into an easy right-handed layup. Their next possession, another forced error in the backcourt. Forced Tyreek Dawson to drill the basketball out of bounds. So Builders with another opportunity, having taken the lead now 9-8. Builders on the attack. Shot up and off the glass for Shamon Rosser is good. Builders now up by 3 as the Gladiators, man, are they having a hard time handling this pressure defense package that the Builders are putting on them right now. Last time these two teams played, Shamon Rosser went for 17 points, 5 rebounds. But that was minus Donovan Means being on the floor. So, again, it will be interesting to see how the Builders play with one of their most experienced stars back in the lineup. Shot clock now down to 3. Gladiators attack. Shot clock goes off. And they call a shot clock violation, so the basketball will go over to the Builders. The official said that the ball hit the backboard, while Coach Gadsden says, no, the ball hit the rim. So the officials are going to converse to see if someone saw it from a different angle that can overturn the call. So if the call is overturned, it will be Gladiator basketball with a fresh shot clock. Looks like we just lost a few lights here. Oh, okay, someone was leaning against the light switch. Tell them to get off of it. So they're going to call pretty much an inadvertent whistle. So it will be Gladiator basketball. I think that's the right call. I believe that ball did hit the side of the rim prior to the shot clock expiring. So it will be Gladiator basketball, trailing by 3. Here's Sample to Dawson. Sample along the baseline. His baseline layup off the glass is good. Builders off and running. Builders right back down on the other end as they caught the Gladiators sleeping on defense. Brackett with a running right-hander. And the Builder lead is back up to 3. Nice job on the cutter. With the pass is Devarius Johnson, enabling the Gladiators to get all the way to the basket for a dunk. And on the other end, we get a foul. That foul is going to be whistled on David Leyes. That is his first personal foul and the team's 3rd. As Builders send in substitutions, Monte Rudolph will have an opportunity. Means gets it inside for the easy feed and dunk by Wayne Hedgepeth. So the Gladiators get a breakaway dunk on their last possession. Builders come right back down on the other end and answer with the dunk of their own. 15-12 now is the score as Hope rises up for the rebound. Loose ball, last touch before it goes out of bounds by the Gladiators. A lot of energy from both basketball teams here. We're barely even 5 minutes into the contest. Sorry about that. Some light pressure in the backcourt by the Gladiators. Builders get it over the timeline easily as Means directs traffic. Means, that's a long 2. Foot was on the line, went all the way down and came right back out. Opportunity for a fast break for the Gladiators who convert on the offensive end. Nazir Sample with the basket. Builders back on the attack themselves. Nice job by Hedgepeth. There is no way these teams can keep this pace up for the entirety of a basketball game. This has been wild so far. Crossover by Sample. Tried to get it inside. Builders deny. Long 3-point attempt off the mark. And we get a stoppage for an injury. So the official, I believe, was pointing at Donovan Means. I'm not sure if and Means goes immediately to the trainer's room. I mean, he doesn't even make it to the bench. He goes directly into the trainer room. So let's hope that there's nothing serious. He was walking off under his own power. I didn't see him favoring any part of his body as he walked off. So hopefully we'll be able to find something and we can pass along to you again. He's just now getting back from a foot injury that he suffered that kept him out for quite a while. That long 3-point shot off the mark. Loose ball taken by the Gladiators. Here's Sample. To Leyes. Shot off the mark. Here's Cole Petro, who came in to take over for Donovan Means. We're going to get a foul call underneath, and I think they're going to call a player control foul on Wayne Hedgepeth. That'll be his first personal foul, and the and the team's 3rd. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Sample. And Dawson. Dawson with the shot clock at 15. Shot clock now at 10. Here's Sample. Baseline. His runner off the mark, but he's going to be fouled. That foul is going to be given to Shamon Rosser. That'll be his first personal foul and the team's fourth. That will put Nazir Sample, the 6'1" freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia, on the line. He'll be shooting two. Clock stopped at 12:03 remaining in the first half. 2026 MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. As Charles Stipe will make his way into the basketball game for Thomas Miles. Builder lead now cut to 2. Builder lead now cut to 1. Cole Petro able to get the basketball up and over the timeline. Cole Petro, Euro step, got caught between shooting it and passing it. And the basketball is going to go out of bounds, and we're going to have a stoppage and play timeout, media timeout. We'll take it with them. 11:48 remaining in the first half. Builders with a 1-point lead over the Gladiators. We'll be right back.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
17-16 is our score here. 2026 MLK Classic taking place at the Apprentice School Athletic Center in Newport News, Virginia. So glad you could join us. Builders holding to a slim 1-point lead over the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian out of Casey, South Carolina. Gladiators work the perimeter. Builders force a turnover. Here's Cole Petro. Cole Petro splits the defense, unable to convert on the offensive end, but he will shoot two. That foul call is going to be credited. Okay, so that's going to be on McCoy Bell. The official put up 24. I'm like, wait a minute, there's no 24 on my roster. So McCoy Bell is going to be credited with his first personal foul. That'll be the team's fourth as Cole Petro is able to convert. Second or two off the back of the iron. Gladiators get it quickly into the front court. As Dawson gets it over to Bell. His shot way off the mark. Loose ball on the floor. Builders control. Here's Cole Petro. Hope. Looking for a lane to get to the basket. Nothing there as Hedgepeth. Errant pass picked off by the Gladiators. Gladiators back down quickly. Shot off the glass, good for two, and the foul. Amir Cole Petro will be credited with his first personal foul. That'll be the team's fifth of the half. As Jabari Brackett will give Jaleel Hope a rest. And that foul will give McCoy Bell an opportunity to toe the free throw line and try to attempt the three-point play the old-fashioned way, and he doesn't. We're tied now, 18-18 as Cole Petro works to get it over the timeline. Builders attack. That shot is blocked. Gladiators off of the miss. push it. Thought about the three. Basketball got lost on the way up by Charles Stipe. So the Gladiators will reset. Sample attacking. Shot off the mark. Builders decide to attack themselves. Feed inside, shot up and good. Shaman Rosser. For Shaman, that's his first bucket of the evening. Feed goes into the deep corner for the Gladiators. They decide to pull it out, reset the offense. Shot clock now at 10. Nice feed off of the cutter along the baseline is David Leyes, and we're tied again. Builders thought that was a foul, nothing called. Shot blocked by McCoy Bell. Look at this pace. This pace is wild as Charles Stipe is able to convert from three, and the Builders now find themselves down by 3 and a timeout. Timeout taken by the Builders, 9:16 remaining in the first half, and this pace has been crazy. 20-20 is our score. As you can see, both of these teams play a very similar style of offense. It's attack, attack, attack. You know, we saw that last night in the game between Denmark Technical and our own Lady Builders, where I told you that their head coach told us that we're going to attack the basket, and that's what they did all night. Everything was just towards the rim, towards the rim, towards the rim. That's pretty much been the way it's been so far in the first half of this game tonight between these opponents. Everything is just moving towards the rim, just an incredible pace, which could start to put a strain on your bench. So that may well be what it comes down to. Whose bench is the freshest? Whose bench is the strongest? If this is the type of pace that this game is going to be played with right now, Gladiators up by 3 over the Builders. Copetro with a basketball, shot clock at 20. Rudolph gets it inside. Nice cut and feed down low on the baseline to Jabari Brackett. And the Builders pull within 1. Here's Sample. This is a basketball team, the Gladiators, who like to get paint touches before they kick it out for a shot. This time it doesn't come out of there as Nazir Sample able to find a path to the basket for an easy 2 in the lane. And that pushes the Gladiator lead back up to 3. Hedgepeth kick to Rudolph for 3. Shot off the mark, but the Builders able to get the loose ball. Here's Rudolph. And they're going to call a jump ball, no foul call. So the possession arrow is in favor of the Builders, so the basketball will stay on this end. But, man, no foul call? Once again, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I call the games and not officiate them. Here's Copetro, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Hedgepeth. Tough shot. Toughest shot, in my opinion, toughest shot in basketball is the wide open baseline jumper. You have no depth perception with that shot, and Hedgepeth nailed it. Builders able to defend. Corner 3 from Rudolph. Way off the mark. Fast break opportunity for the Gladiators. Gladiators lose the basketball trying to get inside to the basket. Builders defend. Wow, look at these teams fly around out here. This looks like NBA 2K as Rudolph unable to bank it in. And that's going to give us all an opportunity to catch our breath, because that's going to bring us up to immediate timeout. 7:28 remaining in the first half. Gladiators and Builders in a track meet up and down the floor. 25-24. Gladiators will be back.
giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
25-24, 2026 MLK Classic here at the Apprentice School Athletic Center. So glad you could join us for this wild ride that we've seen so far in the first half of this game, man. The pace of this game has been crazy. Both teams up and down the court all night long. Builders so far 23 shots in the first half. South Carolina Central Christian 19. South Carolina Christian shooting 45%, 8 of 19, shooting from the field, 1 of 7 from behind the arc. Builders shooting 47%, 11 of 23 from the field. They're yet to make a three-point shot as Monte Rudolph able to hit at the free throw line to pull this thing back to even, 25 apiece with a little under 7.5 remaining in the first half. And he hits them both. Builders have now reclaimed the lead. They've led by as many as 3. That's the most both teams have led by. Gladiators, their biggest lead of the night so far is 3 as that launch from 3 goes down. Charles, is it Charles Stipe or Charles Stipe? I'll find it out. But at any rate, that's a made 3 for the Gladiators, and that puts them back on top as the feed goes inside. Shot just trickled right off the edge of the rim. Officials look at each other to see who got the call. That will be Gladiator basketball. As you can hear Coach Gadsden yelling out instructions to his basketball team. Gladiators with the ball and a 2-point lead. Miles back to Sample. Shot clock now at 15. Feed inside on the baseline. How in the world McCoy Bell was able to gather that and then gather himself to make the basket, I'll never know. Great job with his body control on the baseline. Builders now down by 4. As Rudolph throws it into the backcourt, and that's going to turn into an easy bucket for the Gladiators. Builders now looking at their largest deficit of the night, 6. Hope gets it to Rudolph. Rudolph turns it over again. Wait a minute, let's see. They're going to call a jump ball. They're going to say both players had the basketball when they were laying on the sideline. So that is going to be a change of possession. Basketball goes back over to the Gladiators, who now lead by 6. Gladiators inbound. Here's Sample. Eyes going inside to see if they can get a pass inside, but inside Sample decides to split the defense. He's going to be fouled. Cole Petro will be credited with his second personal foul. That'll be the 6th team foul on the Builders. So that will send Nazir Sample back to the free throw line as he misses the first of 2. He's looking for his 7th point of the night. as Sample makes the second of two. Builders now down by 7. Here's Cole Petro. Builders attack. Another block by, I believe that's Bell. I believe that's Bell's second block. But on the fast break opportunity, the Gladiators turned it over. Kamari Falks thought about the three, but decided against it as Cole Petro works it around the perimeter. Feed inside to Jaleel Hoke. Beautiful job with the eyes by Jabari Brackett to see his teammate open underneath. And the Builders get a much-needed basket, having gone cold here the past couple of minutes. Found themselves down by the largest deficit of 7. Now they just find themselves down by 5. Baseline jumper. Devarius Johnson, again, toughest shot in basketball. Builders back down by 7 as Cole Petro loses it, late whistle. Nazir Sample is going to be whistled for his first personal foul. That'll be the team's 5th. So they're going to say that the foul was not committed in the act of shooting. So it'll be a side out for the Builders. Kick to the corner. Falks. Nice job of, again, hitting that tough baseline jumper. And that baseline jumper pulls the Builders back within 5. As we tick down to close to 4 minutes remaining, Bell, unable to do anything with the basketball, brings it back out. Here's Sample. Nearly slipped. 3-point shot off the mark, but there's going to be a foul called. And that's one of the cardinal sins in basketball. Never, ever, 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 ever foul a jump shooter, especially when that jump shooter is shooting from 3. We're going to take a timeout, media timeout, 3:56 remaining in the first half. Builders find themselves down by 5 here at the MLK Classic.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
Welcome back, 35-30. Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian leading the Builders here at the 2026 MLK Classic. Hope you're enjoying it as much as we are, as the Builders now find themselves down by 5. So prior to that timeout, there was a foul. The foul was committed on Thomas Miles, the 6-foot sophomore for the Gladiators. He was fouled in the act of shooting a 3-point shot, so he'll get 3 here to try to push this lead by the Gladiators up to 8 as the first of 2 goes down. Builders pretty much controlling the points in the paint right now, 24-18. Bench points by the Gladiators and the Builders are way off. Gladiators are outscoring the Builder bench 22-5 as that third of 3 misses. Builders now down by 7. That's the biggest lead that the Gladiators have built so far in this contest. Builders have led by as many as 3. Basketball is kicked to Cole Petro, who stops, gathers himself, and banks off the glass for 2. And that cuts the Gladiator lead back to 5. The Builders are going to have to fight tonight. And if you want to find out something about your about your basketball team, see how they react to adversity, is that shot off the mark. Here's Cole Petro. It's easy to see what you're made of when you're winning. What about when you hit adversity? That's when you find out exactly what your team is made of. It's called Petro is going to be fouled. Cole Petro was fouled by McCoy Bell. That will be his 2nd personal foul, then the team's 7th. So that'll send Cole Petro to the line. Again, Builders shooting only 64% from the free throw line as a team. Amir Cole Petro, the 5'10" sophomore out of Farrell, Pennsylvania. Back rims the first. Nalja Smith onto the floor for the Gladiators as Cole Petro hits 1 of 2. And that trims the Gladiator lead to 4. Just under 3 minutes remaining in the first half as that launch from 3 is good for Thomas Miles. So that pushes the Builder deficit back up to 7. Cole Petro looks, gets it to Hedgepeth. They're going to say it was last touch by the Gladiators, so it'll stay here. Builders, man, nice job by Jabari Brackett to just grab the basketball, put his head down, and just go right at the basket. He's able to put it away. Builders back down by 5. Here's Sample. Shot clock now at 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Sample. Shot didn't hit anything. If the backboard wasn't there, that shot would probably have ended up in the parking lot. So here's Cole Petro with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Builders fall asleep. Turnover. Sample. His step through layup off the mark, but there for the putback is Smith. Builders back down by 7 with 1.5 left in the first half. That 3 way off the mark, but there to clean it up is Jaleel Hope. Hope now with 7 in the half. And the Builders down by 5. Here's Miles, who just hit a 3 a moment ago. Turnaround jumper, long turnaround jumper is off the mark, but there's going to be a foul call underneath. That foul call is going to be credited to Nalja Smith. That'll be his first personal foul in the team's 8th. As Shaman Rosser is set to come in, but I think he may be coming in for the shooter. So that'll put Hedgepeth at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. Clock stopped at 58.1, and the Builders trailing by 5. Hedgepeth with the first. Entertaining first half so far. Both teams up and down the court. You love to see that as a basketball fan, as the second is made. Builders now still down by 5. Less than a minute left. Builders in a good spot. Even if they go into the halftime locker room down, they're still in a good spot to win this basketball game. Still 20 more minutes left to be played as the Builders try to trap. Miles gets the baseline pass, kicked out to the three-point line where Charles Stipe hits the three. Builders cannot hold for the final shot. Actually, they can. There's about a half of a second differential. Nope, they cannot. Shot clock is not in favor of the Builders as the shot clock is now at 10. Copetro. Can't be another pass. Here's Hedgepeth. Shot off the mark. I'm sorry, that wasn't Hedgepeth. That shot is good if it counts. It should. Now, they're probably going to take a look at it, but Shamon Rosser with the make, and I believe that they're going to take a look at it. They're going to count it. They say that that basket does count, and I don't think they're going to look at it. The officials have already said that that one counts. Huge basket going into the halftime locker room. So after one half of play here at the 2026 MLK Classic, the Builders trail the Gladiators of South Carolina Central Christian by 4, 45-41. Great first half of action. Come back for the second half where we'll have second half action and first half stats. Don't go anywhere. We'll return to the 2026 MLK Classic. We're nearing halftime here at game number 2 of the 2026 MLK Classic at the Apprentice School Athletic Center as we take a look at some of the first half stats as we get ready to start the second half here in just a moment. Leading scorer for the visiting Gladiators, Nazir Sample, 9 points off of 3 of 5 shooting. Did not take a 3-point shot in the first half. Also, I think it's Charles Stipe. Take that back. He matched Nazir Sample as one of the leading scorers for the Gladiators, 9 points. Now, he was 3 of 4 shooting from 3. So that is how he made his hay in the first half. 16 of 31 shooting for the visiting Gladiators. That'll get you 51.6% shooting. For the Builders, Wayne Hedgepeth is the leading scorer into the locker room. He was 4 of 5 shooting for 10 points. He also pulled down 7 rebounds. Builders, 17 of 33 shooting for 51.5%. So Builders shot 51.5%. Gladiators shot 51.6%. A lot of the other stats aren't that, really telling. Points in the paint. Builders 32-20 over the Gladiators. Bench points, though. Gladiators 27, Builders 8. So that's probably one of the biggest discrepancies on the stat sheet as we get ready to start the second half of play here. So glad you came back with us. Hope you stick and stay with us for the next 20 minutes. As we can see, the Builders can overcome this 4-point deficit against this tough Gladiator squad out of Casey, South Carolina. Builders will inbound to start the second half, trailing by 4. As the basketball gets whistled into play. Here's Cole Petro. As Jaleel Hope decides straight out of the locker room to cut this lead to 1. Let's just go ahead and shoot this jumper from 3 and make it. So Builders now within a point of the Gladiators. So it's the middle 4 as that foul. As that whistle is going to be on Shaman Rosser, and it is. That'll be his second personal foul. That'll be the team's first of the second half. So that'll put Nazir Sample on the line. Again, Nazir Sample with 9 points heading into the locker room, looking to add to his total. As his first of 2 is up and good. And I'll tell you what I mean by the middle 8 after this free throw from Sample. That one misses, but Sample able to hustle and track down the loose ball off of the miss, and he's able to convert off the glass. That's a 3-point trip for the Builders. And now the Builders find themselves back down again by 4. Cole Petro with the feed inside to Hope. Basketball gets poked away. Here's Sample. Sample now with 12. That alley-oop off the mark. Builders with numbers. 5 against 4. Builders unable to take advantage as the skip pass goes inside to Rosser. Nice job by the Builders to use the advantage numbers-wise against the Gladiators. Here's Sample. Now, when I say the Builders want to try to win the middle 8, the middle 8, if you're not familiar, are the final 4 minutes of the first half and the first 4 minutes of the second half. If the Builders can win the middle 4, they can get themselves back into this basketball game. So we're at the 18-20 mark of the second half. We're about a minute and a half into the middle 4 of the second half. So if you're the Builders, the goal is to come out on the plus side of the middle 4. Your halftime score, as that shot was banked in by Devarius Johnson. Builders still find themselves down by 6 now. as the Builders working hard, unable to convert on the offensive end. So back come the Gladiators. Deep corner three is good. Thomas Miles hit from the deep corner, and the Builders now find themselves down by their largest deficit, 8, and Coach Gainey wants a timeout. 17:54. And we're going to turn that one into a media timeout. Builders find themselves down by their largest deficit.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
Welcome back, 53-46. Gladiators over the Builders. We are now 2 minutes and 6 seconds into the second half, and the Builders are a -3 out of the halftime locker room. Having been outscored so far 8-5 by the Gladiators. So again, if you're the Builders, the goal is to win the middle 8. And right now, the first 4 minutes of the second half, right now, that is being won by the Gladiators, 8-5. Builders, Hedgepeth able to score. So now the Builders are a -1 out of the halftime locker room. Again, can they get on the plus side of that? Shot comes off. Quick outlet to the other end. Somehow the basketball got lost on the way up, and I think are they going to call a foul? Or are they going to say, okay, they're going to say the Gladiator? Nope, they're going to call a foul. So they gave it, wait a minute, they whistled that one on number 20, but there isn't no number 20. Can somebody tell me who was that foul on? It was out of bounds. Okay, so there was no foul. Sorry. The players for the Gladiators stepped on the baseline. Falks tries to feed it inside. So the basketball will stay with the Builders. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Builders right now are a -1 out of the halftime locker room. Cole Petro with the basketball. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Falks reverses it to Cole Petro. His three-point shot, in and out. Hedgepeth able to track it down in the corner. That'll give the Builders another opportunity. Here's Hope. Hope forces it up on the baseline. His shot off the mark. Hedgepeth has his shot partially blocked. So back come the Gladiators. Builders trailing by 5. As there are now 23 seconds remaining in the first 4 minutes of the second half. Builders create the turnover. Here's Cole Petro. Cole Petro all the way to the rack, up with the left hand, and good. Builders now a +1 out of the halftime locker room. So why is that middle 4 important? Sometimes that middle 4 is indicative of how the second half is going to play out. If the Builders are able to cut into this lead, they can cut into this lead and take the lead. As the stick back off of the miss is good by McCoy Bell. So the Builders finish the middle 8 the second half of the middle 8 at a -1. So they're still in good shape. They're still hanging in the basketball game as Jaleel Hope is going to be fouled on his way to the basket. That foul is going to be whistled on Kevin Butler, and we're going to have a timeout. I believe we're going to take a media timeout, the under 16, and we'll take it with them. Builders trail by 5 here at the...
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
2 players now in double figures for the Builders. Jaleel Hope and Wayne Hedgepeth both have 12 points apiece, while Nazir Sample is the only player for the Gladiators that's in double figures. But again, their bench is outscoring our bench 29-10. So the Builders will get an opportunity at the free throw line with the clock stopped. 15:28 remaining. Jaleel Hope at the line. Prior to that media timeout, there was a third foul committed by Kevin Butler for the Gladiators as Hope misses the first of 2. That is their first team foul of the second half. Hope misses them both. Keep in mind, the Builders only shoot 64% as a team. Not Jaleel Hope shooting 64. Collectively, as a team, they only shoot 64%. So hopefully that won't be an issue down the stretch as the Builders look to get back on top in this game. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Builders pressuring the offense. Tough shot. That one missed everything, and that will be a shot clock violation. Excellent defense by the home team on that possession, forcing the errant shot by Tyreek Dawson. So the Builders with an opportunity to cut into this 5-point lead. As the Builders continue tonight's basketball game without Donovan Means. Copetro is going to be fouled. They call that blocking foul on Nazir Sample. That's his second personal foul and the team's second. I don't want to speculate on an injured player until I hear something official. But I do not see Donovan Means on the bench, so that means that the Builders will be playing the rest of this game without him as they missed that shot, but were able to track down that long pass down court. Copetro is going to be fouled. So Thomas Miles is going to pick up the foul at the center court logo. That 3-point shot off the mark for Fulks. But there with the tough stick back is Jaleel Hope. Builders now down by 3 to the Gladiators as we get a whistle. Not sure what happened. Okay, so the Gladiators coach, Coach Gatson, is going to be issued a technical. So I believe that's going to be a 2-shot technical if I'm not mistaken. So Wayne Hedgepeth is going to come down to this end of the floor to shoot 2. to try to pull the Builders within one. After these shots, the basketball will go back over to the Gladiators. Not really sure what happened down there with Coach Gatson. If you ride the officials long enough and you say some magical words, boys and girls, you can get yourself a 2-shot technical. Builders now find themselves down by 1 after both makes by Hedgepeth. As Coach Gainey tries to set his defense. Kick goes out to Thomas Miles. His 3-point shot misses everything. So after all that first half adversity, the Builders have an opportunity here to take back the lead. Tough, hard-fought basketball game tonight by both teams. That feed on the baseline is good. That shot off the glass and in the basket for 2 at the foul. McCoy Bell will be credited with his 3rd personal foul, and that'll put Jaleel Hope at the line to try to complete the 3-point play the old-fashioned way with the and one, and he does it. Builders have fought back, ladies and gentlemen, and they now have the lead, 57-55 over the Gladiators out of Casey, South Carolina, Central Christian. Builders nearly force a turnover. Thomas Miles has his shot partially blocked. Gladiators are there with the putback. That shot up and off the backboard, and it's good, but they're going to call a player control foul on Jaleel Hope. That'll be his 2nd personal foul and the team's 2nd. We're now tied 57 apiece here at the MLK Classic. Man, this has been a good one. This has been a much better basketball game than I had anticipated, but I'm not sure why I didn't anticipate this, because these teams were separated by 1 basket the last time they played each other. 61-59 was the final. Builders were able to secure the victory. But the Gladiators, boy, I tell you that they've been something else tonight here in this Classic, as a foul call is going to be whistled on Wayne Hedgepeth. That'll be his 2nd personal and the team's 3rd. Neither team is in the bonus just yet. 5 team fouls right now for the Gladiators, 3 for the Builders. Here's Sample to Dawson to Miles. Shot clock now under 10 as the feed goes inside to Bell. Bell with the vertical, unable to get it up and over the Builder defense. As Hope tried to feed it inside, but it was poked away from Shamon Rosser. Shot clock at 24. Copetro. Starts the play. Shot clock now at 10. Here's Copetro to Hope. Hope rises up and hits. Jaleel Hope starting to take over the scoring for the Builders here in the 2nd half. Excuse me, sorry about that. As we're now under 12 minutes left in the 2nd half. Builders trying not to pick up the personal. That 3, bottom. It's Tyreek Dawson out of nowhere drains a long 3-point shot. And he pulls the Gladiators into the lead. Copetro. Here's Rosser. Rosser. Tough shot, unable to hit the fadeaway jumper in the lane. So back come the Gladiators. Kick to the corner. I think that may have been partially blocked. It looked like it was, but it doesn't matter as that thing goes down for another 3. And after the Builders found themselves leading, they now found themselves back down by 2 possessions. Hope tries to feed it inside. That should be a foul call, and it will be on McCoy. So if that is on McCoy, which it is, that'll be his 4th personal foul, the team 6. So McCoy is going to have to go to the bench for a while. Be their timeout. We'll take it with him.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
The Apprentice Athletics Booster Club membership is now open for the 2024-2025 season. You can choose a general membership to support all Apprentice Athletics, or you can designate one specific sport to support. Membership is good for the entire 2024-2025 athletic year, regardless of which decision you make. Scan the QR code or visit gobuilders.com to get your membership today.
64-59. If you're just joining us, you have missed one heck of a basketball game. I'm surprised neither one of these players on this team have fallen out with a cramp or anything, because the pace of this game has just been incredible. It's been a fun game to watch. If you're a Builder fan, it's been both fun and both frustrating, because you want the Builders to just take control of this thing and run away with it. But boy, the Builders have just watched themselves have to handle adversity all night long against this really tough conference foe in South Carolina Central Christian. Here's Cole Petro. Nice ball fake by Cole Petro to finish with the right hand at the rim. Builders down by a possession. As Sample works the basketball over to Dawson. Shot clock now at 10. Here's Sample. Sample can't find anyone, gets it to Dawson. He launches, and that 3 trickles over the front of the rim and in, and the Builders are back down by 5. This thing has been nip and tuck as the Builders are able to get all the way to the rim with Hedgepeth. He misses, but that turns into a fast break opportunity for the Gladiators, and they convert. Builders now back down by 7. Shade under 9.5 remaining in the basketball game as Hope attacks the basket. His reverse layup off the glass is good. Back quickly come the Gladiators. This basketball game has been attack mode for both teams all night long. Here's Stipe. His kick to the corner. That 3, goodness gracious. They are red hot from 3 right now as Devarius Johnson hits. Now the Builders find themselves down by 8. Here's Hope. Shot off the mark. Loose ball taken by the Gladiators. So whatever Coach Gadsden said to the officials to get himself that technical, it worked. His team has absolutely woken up here in the past few minutes as they've not only gotten the lead back, but they've extended their lead. Here's Stipe to Sample. Sample in the corner. They've already hit 2 consecutive 3-3-pointers. That one looked like it was partially blocked by Hedgepeth. Here's Hope. Rosser forced it, looking for the foul that never came. So the Gladiators come back with Stipe, being guarded by Rudolph. Gladiators able to get it inside for an easy putback, and the Builders are now down by 10. Still a bunch of time left in the basketball game. Builders need to see the basketball go through the basket here as Rudolph shot is off the mark. Gladiators still have to get it across the timeline, and they do with Stipe. Shot clock now at 20 as we're going to get a timeout. Timeout taken by South Carolina Central. Their head coach, Neil Gadsden, will take it with them. We'll be right back.
The USCAA provides our program exactly what they say, a chance for small colleges to compete. It's leveling the playing field for everybody.
$73-63 is, excuse me, is our score. That 10-point deficit got me all choked up. Builders trying to scrape, bite, scratch, and fight their way back into this one. Unless their record is extremely deceiving, this is not a 1-11 basketball team that we've seen come in here tonight and be as competitive as they've been off of the adversity that they faced just to even get here. You would have thought that would have shaken their focus a little bit, but nope. This Gladiator basketball team is coming here tonight, and they played tough. Shot clock now at 5. Here's Dawson. Dawson. Shot off the mark. Builders able to defend. Here's Cole Petro. Kick to the corner. Rudolph lost it. And they're going to say Rudolph touched it last. So that will be a turnover. Jaleel Hope now with 21 in the game. Wayne Hedgepeth with 14. Nazir Sample continues to be the leading scorer for the Gladiators. He has 14. Here's Dawson. Kick to the corner. Here's Nichols. Nichols. They're going to say it was last touched by Jaleel Hope. So coach wants to take a look at it, wants the officials to take a look at it, and they don't. They whistle the basketball into play. 3 seconds on the shot clock. As that 3 gets hoisted from the corner, Builders are going to be whistled for a foul underneath. So they're going to give that one to Jabari Brackett. That's his 3rd, the team's 4th. So that will put David Layus David Leas hits the first of two as Coach Gainey is having a conversation with the officials saying that he wanted that last out of bounds play, that he believed that the Gladiators touched it before it went out of bounds. So he tried to get the officials' attention to have them look at it. They do have the luxury of replay here tonight, thanks to our staff, and they could have taken a look at it, but the official did not grant him that opportunity. So instead, that was a foul call underneath, and the Gladiators hit both free throws, and the Builders find themselves now down by 4 possessions, as we're now under 6 minutes. That one comes off. There to put it back is Jaleel Hope. Jaleel Hope now with 23 in the game. The Builders need stops, but no time to panic yet. Still plenty of time left. Builders want to keep themselves within 10 as we reach the 5-minute mark in the basketball game. But right now, Devarius Johnson is eating up all the offensive rebounds. He now has 11 in the game. Copetro, spin move, dish underneath to Jaleel Hope. And right now, the Builders are just trading baskets with the Gladiators. Builders need stops. And that's another seemingly easy basket by David Leas. And that puts them back up, the Gladiators back up by 12. Builders and Gladiators trading baskets. That one is off by Rudolph. And they're going to say it was last touch, of course, by the Gladiators. Basketball will stay on this end as Shaman Rosser and Nazir Sample make their way into the ball game along with Thomas Miles. So Coach Gadsden managing his bench, trying to keep his star players fresh down the stretch. As that force underneath by Hedgepeth doesn't go. They're not going to call the foul. They're going to say it was last touched by the Gladiators, so it'll stay on this end. Here's Cole Petro with the feed inside. Hope, baseline jumper, short. Gladiators with their largest lead tonight at 12. Sample has that one partially blocked, but the Builders are unable to get the loose ball. Actually, they're going to say that Sample stepped out of bounds, so it will be Builder basketball. Just over 4 minutes left in this one. Builders got to make some hay here, folks. Got to score the basketball. Hope skies up for the rebound, and he's going to be fouled. So ideally, if you're the Builders, this is what you want, as Devarius Johnson is going to be whistled for his first personal foul, the team's 7th. And we're going to have a timeout, media timeout, the under 4. We'll take it with them. Builders trail big.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn more.
I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII, building the most powerful ships in the U.S. Navy. The digital technology I use is a generational change in the way that we build ships, making the construction of aircraft carriers more efficient. Plus, I get to work with veterans. Thanks to them, we all have our freedom, and we need to work hard to keep it. I am Fatima Medina, and I work for HII.
if you are the Builders at this point in the basketball game, the opportunities you need to score the basketball need to be when the clock is stopped. Builders find themselves down by 4 possessions, shade under 4 minutes remaining. So prior to the timeout, there was a foul called on Devarius Johnson. That's his first personal foul, so that'll put Jaleel Hope at the line to shoot, too. So, again, if you're the Builders, this is how you want to try to score the basketball while the clock is stopped. So the Builders will be in the bonus for the remainder of the basketball game. Gladiators with 7 team fouls. So if you are the Builders, you want every shot going towards the basket. Why? You need to score the basketball while the clock stops. Excuse me. You need to score the basketball while the clock is stopped, and the way you do that is by getting the other team to foul you. So the Builders commit a foul underneath. Sorry, I didn't see who that one was on. I apologize. Forgive me. I know it was on the Builders. I'm not sure which Builder. Press is broken by the Gladiators. Here's Dawson. Builders kind of chasing the basketball right now. A Sample whips it over to Miles. His shot off the mark. The doggone it, the Gladiators come away with the offensive board. So they get an opportunity to eat a little bit more clock away from the Builders, and that is going to be a player control foul on Tyreek Dawson. So the Builders will definitely take that one. That will be the 8th team foul. So the Builders, again, already in the bonus. So if you're Coach Gainey, do you tell your guys that whatever shot we take, we get it going towards the basket? They either have to give you a high percentage shot or foul you, and then the Builders got one there. They just weren't able to convert. Here's Dawson. Cole Petro on the switch on defense. Here's Johnson. And there's a mix-up on the sideline, and Johnson lost the ball out of bounds, so it'll be Builder basketball. So the Builders absolutely have to score on this possession, because right now they're down by 4 scores. Cole Petro, step through. Give to Shaman Rosser, and he's able to convert. Gladiators able to break the press easily. That shot comes off to Hope. Builders have to get going, moving towards the basket. The more clock the Builders eat, the more they have to take a 3, and that one is missed. It's Cole Petro. Fouls in the backcourt. So that will be Cole Petro's 4th personal foul, the team's 6th. 2 minutes remaining in the basketball game on the dot. Builders find themselves down by 8. So at what point, if you're the Builders and you start to play the foul game, it's not time yet. Gladiators, again, looking to eat clock. They have enough points to win the basketball game right now. Their nemesis is the 142 still on the scoreboard. As that one hits the rim, Builders with an opportunity. Outlet to Rosser. Rosser takes it to the rack with the right hand. Tried to draw the and one, but unable to do so. But he does get the 2 to go. Builders now down by 2 scores. Gladiators convert on the other end. Builders have to go now. One, maybe two passes, and a shot has to go up. They can't afford to pass it again, and they don't, as Hedgepeth is able to bank it off the glass for two. Builders right now exchanging baskets. So at some point in time, the Builders have to start to play the foul game. Builders fall asleep, and the Gladiators take advantage, and we get a timeout. Timeout taken by Coach Gainey. Builders now find themselves down by 3 scores in this one. 54.7 seconds remaining in this ball game. And it's going to be a full timeout. Tell you what, we'll take it with them. Builders trail. We'll be back.
There are giants among us. They are the men and women building our Navy's next generation submarines. They are giants in what they do because they work in a place where they can grow, where they can learn the skills to build careers as powerful as the beasts they forge. We build giants because it takes one to build one.
How much you earn has a lot to do with how much you learn. That's why Bayport Credit Union is again investing in your continued education. Through our Bayport Foundation, we're giving $100,000 in tuition assistance to area high school seniors, college students, and working adults attending a university, trade, or vocational school. Everyone deserves to be happy, healthy, and financially wise. Visit bayportcu.org to learn.
54.7 seconds remaining. Builders trail by 8. So the idea here is for the Builders to figure out a way to stretch this 54.7 out as far as they possibly can. But it does not help if the Builders are unable to score the basketball. And they have to score quickly. So you can't spend too much time passing the basketball as Cole Petro's step through bucket is good, and he is fouled. Thomas Miles with the foul. So that'll pull the Builders within 6. Cole Petro is able to complete this three-point play. It'll pull the Builders within 5, still down 2 possessions with 42.2 left to play. So the idea here, if Cole Petro makes this, is to try and defend to see if you can get a steal. And if you can't, you have to go ahead and start to play the foul game. Cole Petro misses. It comes off to Hope. Hope, his shot off. Basketball goes out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Builders. That was your opportunity right there. That was an opportunity for a 4-point trip down the floor. And the Builders were unable to connect, or convert rather. So we're not really sure what the timeout is. Okay, so the Builders are going to challenge. So the Builders are saying, well, the Builders are going to challenge the out-of-bounds play. They're going to say they believe that it was last touched by the Gladiators. So the officials are going to take a look to see who was the last player to touch it. 35.8 seconds remaining in the basketball game, and that was your opportunity right there if you were the Builders. Missed free throw, you were able to get the rebound. You were just a couple of feet away from the basket. Builders unable to convert. Basketball was lost out of bounds during the scrum. And Coach Gainey wants the officials to take a look to see who touched it last, hoping that maybe this will go for his team. Now, this is a challenge. So if they lose this challenge, I don't think it will. Well, the Builders don't have any timeouts. So if they were to lose this challenge, it isn't as if they're going to lose a timeout. So this is a challenge. That will not affect the timeout situation because, again, the Builders don't have any timeouts to play with at this point. Builders down by 6 here late against a very scrappy Gladiator basketball team. So the officials have taken a look at it. They're conversing. So it looks like the call is going to stand. So they're saying they don't have the proper camera angle to be able to tell whether or not the call can be overturned. So it will stay as called. So it will be Gladiator basketball. 35.8 seconds left. Builders trail by 6. Hey, if you coach Gainey at this point in the basketball game, it is worth a shot. If you can somehow generate an extra possession for your basketball team. Builders have to go ahead and foul right away. And I think that should be a travel violation, and it is. So the basketball will go back over to the Builders, 30.6 seconds remaining. Builders still have an opportunity. As long as that three-point line exists in basketball, they have an opportunity, but they don't need a 3 right now. You just need a fast 2, and you got to play defense. But they're going to say the Builders stepped out of bounds. Now if the Builders get the basketball again, they do need a 3, I believe, at this point. And we're going to get a foul call on Cole Petro. So they're going to give it to Cole Petro. That'll be his final personal foul, so he's now disqualified for the rest of the game. Cole Petro will finish his night. Cole Petro is going to finish the night with 8 points. So on the other end, Charles Stipe makes the first of 2. That makes it now a 3-possession lead for the visitor. 23.1 left. And he makes the second of 2. So Kansas Nichols will come onto the floor for the final 23.1. The 6'2" freshman from Georgetown. Builders have to get off a 3. Corner 3. Attempt by Hope goes down. 50.3 left. Builders trail by 5. Builders have to fail right away, and they do. That'll be Shaman Rosser's 3rd. And that'll be the team's 8th. So we'll walk down to the other end. And McCoy Bell, who picked up his 4th foul quite a while ago. How in the world has he been able to make it this far through the game without picking up his 5th? Because at this point, it doesn't matter. He'll step to the line. See if he can make this a 3-possession game. And he hits the first of 2. It's still a 2-possession ball game, 14.3 left. This one here is the big one. If he makes this one pretty much takes the air out of the arena. To make it a 3-possession ball game, and he hits. Tall task for the Builders to try to generate 3 scores in such a short amount of time, and it doesn't matter. They turned it over. And the exclamation point on the basketball game by McCoy Bell, the dunk, with 6.5 remaining, puts the Gladiators up by 3 as Rosser misses his dunk on this end, and that is how the basketball game will end here at the 2026 MLK Classic. The 1-11 Gladiators from South Carolina Central Christian come into the Apprentice School Athletic Center, and they walk out with an 89-80 victory here at the 2026 MLK Classic. Your leading scorer for tonight, Jaleel Hope. Your leading scorer tonight for the visiting Gladiators, I believe, is Nazir Sample. But anyway, at this point, who cares? Fantastic basketball game. Unfortunately, Builders unable to come out of here with the victory. Builders will fall to 10-6 on the season, and the Gladiators will improve to 2-11. Fantastic basketball game tonight. So glad you could join us. For Howard McCain, Dave Davenport, and Mike Davenport, we're going to say good night. We'll see you back here tomorrow afternoon for more Builder basketball. So until then, remember, this is Builder basketball.